awful. I apologize, guys. I'll get better with the lighting in my live videos. So I have to tell you guys a funny story while I wait for some people to hop on. I had this sign in the back of my video that I did with Brittany from the Compound 24/7, and then a video that I did on my own immediately following that. But in my own video, no, I'm sorry, the video I filmed with her on for my channel. But in the one for my channel, I did from my laptop, hey hippie, so you couldn't see it. But the one in hers, when I looked later, I remembered that my niece was playing, and she was sitting on the bed and she was playing with this, and I saw her just kind of like playing, and my nephew came in and they were looking at it, right? I looked again and it said in the background of that video, BELIVE. They took the E from here and then it was like MIRAECLES or something like that, and it looked like I didn't know how to spell, and I texted her immediately and I'm like, I'm so embarrassed that sign was clearly visible in the background. But she was cute about it. She's like kids, and everybody on the channel thought it was cute. So yeah, hi, you guys are hopping on so soon. I love it. Hi, hippie. Hugs. I absolutely love you back, Tammy. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Rihanna. Hi, something sweet. You're the first getting here. Yay! I love it too. First seeing you live. Oh, it's your first live. I love everything you do, Ro. Oh my gosh, I love you back. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Outlaw. Hi, Ro. Happy holidays to you. Love your videos. I'm pulling for you guys. Thank you, Outlaw. Hey, Pikachu. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Angela. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Lee. How you doing, Ro? I'm good. How are you? Hi, Innocent Tears. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Mandy. Brandy and Mandy back to back. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady. Hi, Nurse. I'm a new sub. I'm so glad you're here, Tammy. I'm good, Pikachu. How are you? Hi, Vanessa. Hey, Tiffany. Happy holidays back. Oh, thank you for dropping a like. If you guys are popping in, I would really appreciate if you like this video. I would love to know, before we get into the content for tonight, I have been behind on your videos. Oh, that's okay, Jessica. Just catch up when you can. What did you guys think of Adam's legal update yesterday? I got so many amazing and supportive comments. Adam's been a little bit, oh, you already have a question for me. Awesome. Adam's been a little bit down. Things at where he is have just been real hostile for a little while, and of course we know with law things can happen very slow, and although it seems inevitable, they like to pull the rug out from under us. So I know I had a couple people comment on the video and was like, we need to be a reality check, don't get too excited. I know, believe me, I know. You can ask my friend Nikki, who was texting me today, 924 City Family, and I was like, I hope this is it, but we'll wait and see. Like, I'm putting it out there that it is, but I just want you guys to know that I'm never ever going back to where I was for clemency. So just, you don't have to worry about me. I'm good with that. You're so perky and bubbly, even through the BS over the past years. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I have a choice, right? I could either be like myself, or I could be depressed and down and out, and that's no fun. I mean, that's no way to live life. Where's my blue wrench? Some blue wrenches. YouTube's weird. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I feel for Adam. I wish he didn't feel that way. Oh yeah, so the whole point in saying that was I got the most amazing, supportive, tons of comments on there. So after I do this video while I'm eating dinner, I'm gonna get out my laptop and I'm gonna copy and paste all of your amazing messages to Adam and send them through core links, because his birthday ones that you guys sent, he said that they meant so much to him that he actually printed them out so he could keep them. So I'm going to send these because he needs it. So I appreciate each and every one of you who watched that video, who commented, who liked it, who shared some love with Adam. I know it'll help, definitely help get him into a more positive mindset. Do you know anything about state jail time? Try me a little bit, but there might be somebody here who does, or we could ask on Strong Prison Moms and Families. Ro, I'm getting married Friday the 13th. I'm so excited to marry my middle school sweetheart. Oh, I love that. Congratulations. Thank you for the $2. Hey, thank you, Melinda, for getting the crazy comment. Stephanie, hopefully we get to bring enough attention to his story, and please still sign his petition. Thank you for saying that. Hey, Caitlin. Sweetheart, how are you feeling? Do you have the flu, or was it just maybe a bad cold? I hope it's not the flu, Caitlin. Okay, so thank you, Stephanie, for reminding me. We decided on our last video, like in the spur of the moment, we are going to do free Adam Fridays. I'll post tomorrow to remind you guys, but basically what we're doing is every Friday, until Adam is released or we get a celebrity to get attention on his case, whatever comes first, we are going to start pushing his video, the 4-minute video, bit.ly/free Adam video. It's also on my channel. We're going to push that. We're going to tweet it at. We're going to send it to all of the celebrities that we can think of who are involved in criminal justice reform. So Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, who else is there? John Legend, Alicia Keys, Alyssa Milano. Oh my gosh, who's the country singer that I'm forgetting? John's best friend. Somebody help me. Winona Judd. Anybody you could think of that's involved in criminal justice reform at 12 o'clock p.m., so noon Eastern time, every Friday until Adam's released. I'm asking everybody to tweet that video all at the same time, because a few of you guys came in and said if they're inundated with like 1,000 of these at the same time, you can't ignore it. After a while, you can't ignore it. Okay, hopefully we get to bring enough. Okay, got that one. The update was great. You both did a great job explaining those legal challenges. He's got this. Now it's just the wait. Yes, thank you so much, Angela. Hey, Megan, you're a baby girl. You've been waiting for a Rich. I got you. He is on every channel. I know, Hippie. And now he's on Instagram. Like, I took a screenshot today because he left a stupid comment, and I sent it to Jess, and I was like, oh my God, he's on Instagram too. She's like, girl, he's everywhere. Prep for homecoming. What? That's awesome. Heck yes. Caught alive right after I sat down with my spaghetti. Yum. Enjoy your spaghetti. So when, if I can, I will go to all the Trump rallies and get up in front and yell out free Adam Clausen at every rally. You are the best. Let Adam go. Roe wants babies, right? I would make a good mom, I'm just saying. It was pneumonia and it totally sucks, but thank you so much for asking. Oh, girl, get better. Take care of yourself. Don't do too much with pneumonia because you don't want it to get worse. You just rest, get your fluids in, and get yourself better, sweetheart. You're my thoughts and prayers. Miracles do happen. So true. On the road, T Cobb, just checking in, Miss Rowe. Thank you, official. Be careful. I learned today that a low-level state felony offenders serve the whole time in county jail. Who knew? Wow. Get Van Jones. Good one. Thank you. My daughter is in state jail serving 15 months. She's done 11 months. It is day for day. She's going to get out a little bit early. Yay, with time served. The judge did say time served. Oh, Tammy, that's amazing. Congratulations. Can you tell Adam how I'll support him and we're rooting for you guys. We stand by with Roe and Adam. Happy belated birthday from me. I send you love and prayers. You guys got this. See you soon. Thank you, Rihanna. Free Adam Friday, noon Eastern. Yay. Thank you. Why not have everybody target one specific celebrity each week? That's an excellent idea. Joe, I literally got your text right before I was going on. So thank you so much for that. Of course, you always have me in good tears. I'm going to respond to you as soon as we're off of here. Free Adam Friday. It's a great idea. Awesome. Any ideas for release surprises? Yes, they are all on here. That's what this video is going to be about. So I got you, girl. Seriously, we all need to hit the Trump rallies and get up front. We can all bring attention to Adam at Trump rallies. And I want to say this too. I want to get attention on Adam's case, and this is for my whole entire 924C fam. There are a bunch of us who've been fighting for this forever. So as soon as we can get Adam out, then we can get all of those eyes to help, because I'm not stopping until my fam is home. My sisters have their husbands, what is that? Husbands home too. Kim Kardashian got Rodney Reed off death row here in Texas. If we can catch her attention, we can get Adam out. Yes. She also got Miss Alice Marie Johnson out. Why don't you do a staycation? Ooh, good one, Stephanie. 924C so unjust. Yes, it is. Finally catching live. Yay. Hi from the Jersey Shore. Oh my gosh, I'm just a couple hours north of you. Actually, not a couple hours, depending on where in the shore you are. I'm like north central Jersey. You are the best. We need our hubbies home. Yes, Mallory, we do. Are visits whenever you can go thing, or is there a set limit per week or month? Caitlin, great question. It depends on where you are. Every facility is different, but for me and in the feds, a lot of facilities do it by a points system, meaning you get like 9 points a month, let's say. So a Friday visit would be 1 point. A Saturday visit would be 2 points. A Sunday visit would be 2 points. And then back then a federal holiday was free, 0 points. And so I could go, let's say once a week, if I did 2, 4, 6 right? I think it was 7 points, because then I could do like a weekend. Hey, Jess. And then on the last week of the month, I could go on Friday, or if there was a federal holiday, because usually there's a federal holiday each month. You know, it's not just like Christmas, it's like Veterans Day, Martin Luther King Day, those were counted back when I had a point system. So then I could do that 1 point and get into 7. But here's a trick. So if I went on a Saturday, that's 2 points. If Adam's mom went on a Saturday, that's 2 points. So that'll be 4 points for that weekend, if that makes sense. That's how a lot of places do it. Where I go now, it used to be they could get 2 weekends a month, and 1 full weekend was fine. Like I could go Saturday and Sunday 2 times. I could go Saturday and Sunday 1 weekend, Saturday and Sunday another weekend, and that's it. So if I go more than that, I'm not going to get in, because they keep that in the computer. After that, they got rid of Friday visits. They got rid of federal holiday visits. Friday is only for people in the hole. And so it's free. I can go whenever I want now. So it's just, the whole point is it's different everywhere. But yes, most places have something for crowd control. Okay. I'm going to come back to go to California and try to find Kim K about on the town, or take TMZ. Oh my God, I might get arrested. Okay. So let me go back to the question that I wanted to answer for tonight, and then I'll come back to your questions. But this is for the sweetie whose husband is getting released tomorrow. So I went on our Invisible Shackles Facebook page, and I said, I need suggestions for one of our girls whose husband is getting out on Friday. She wants ideas for surprises for him, and she's a babe girl. Thanks in advance. So I'm just going to read you guys their suggestions. I did it on Invisible Shackles, and then I also did it on Instagram, and you got some great responses on both. So I took my guy out for nachos at one of our favorite places to go to. It's the little things. Do something little that means the world to him. Somebody else said either a new or used video game system to get away for quiet time when stress or anxiety hits. Like any kind of outlet just for him. That's what I'm doing for my husband. Lisanne said a few new t-shirts, a spot in the closet. Yeah, right? I'm sure. I took over like 4 closets. Renee says new clothes, favorite body wash soap, new shoes, a cell phone, things that can de-stress him, like coloring books or something for him to do to keep his mind busy. Oh, and buy him some razors. And he'll probably want to shower first. I've been through this. New shoes, razors, and a cell phone were at the top of the list. Same as food. We took him grocery shopping and got him pizza and wings from his favorite place. This one says, Mariah says, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said this one. I was just trying to read it at first. I'm a babe girl myself whose loved one is coming home in 17 days. I'm going to surprise him with a pair of work boots. Pam said, my thinking is a nice supper at home and some nice lingerie. Go Pam. April says, yes, a home-cooked meal and some quiet and alone time. Make him feel special. Congrats on him coming home. Jeanette said, simple stuff. Toiletries, clothes, etc. will go a long way. Brittany said, I'm picking my husband up on Friday morning, and I have went to the store and got all of his favorite hygiene stuff and set it up in the bathroom, and I even empty out our room so he can help me set it up so he feels like it's our room. Love that. For you guys who've done time and have been released, what are your suggestions? What was the most meaningful? What did you want the most? That would be awesome. I love that we have 82 people on. If you guys can all hit the like button, that would be awesome. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love if you subscribe. We're still like 380 or something like that away from 10,000. We're getting closer, guys. On a mission. Okay, so on Instagram, I asked the same question. Math, who did a bunch of time, said, take him to do yoga or meditation to expose him to something new so he can make this his last, so she can make this his last coming home celebration. That's a great idea. B Star said, pretty sure all he'll want is you, girl. Oh, probably some alone time is in order. I know my man misses privacy most of all. Get a luxurious hotel room with a fancy bathtub and shower and go to town. Soft sheets, a nice robe, and you'll probably do the trick. It says, and that would probably do the trick, sorry. Can you tell I have this planned out for my hubby already? That's cute. Wine Lover said, first night home, cook him his favorite meal, and you be the dessert. Oh, I love these. Drink of Well Water said, just be there for him and ask him what he would like to do. He's not had the freedom to choose a lot of things while inside those bars. It's overwhelming to be exposed to complicated plans. This is great. Bring unyielding and undemanding love, which no man can resist. That's awesome. And I'd love to defer to Jess and Lee and whoever on here has done time. Is it a bad idea to take him to a restaurant? My thought would be yes. Like, you're overwhelmed by a menu. You're overwhelmed by a ton of people. I think the whole thing would be overwhelming. So in my opinion, I love these examples or these suggestions to do a nice dinner at home, things that are relaxing, things that aren't too overstimulating, because it's going to have to be baby steps, especially if he's done a really long time. That's my thought. Just be there for him. Oh, I read that one. Becky Bandcamp. That's a cute name. Like a projector in the backyard. Did she say something else? She didn't, but she said, like a projector in the backyard on a sheet with a sexy picnic. That's so cute. I guess if you live someplace warm. Her butt without clothes on is sufficient. Sometimes all of that sensory is a lot for them at first. Peace and quiet is actually most ideal. So I think everybody had the same, is this helping give me light? I think everybody had the same kind of advice and suggestions along the same lines of, don't do anything, in my opinion, that's too overstimulating. That's going to be really anxiety ridden for them. I told this story in a video that's posting, I think next week, where Adam, when he first was released, by the way, Adam has not been released on this bid. He did 3 years in New Jersey State, and then he got out for a couple years, and then he caught this federal case. So when he first got out, when he went in at 18, he was 21 when he got out, and he said he was in the grocery store, and he went to go reach up on a top shelf to grab something, and somebody walked by too close behind him. Now, for somebody who hasn't done time or who hasn't been in the military, who hasn't been a victim of a violent crime, who doesn't have any PTSD, that person wouldn't think twice about that. But he was so freaked out and bent out of shape that he dropped what he was grabbing on the front shelf. He had to run out of the store. Back then he was smoking cigarettes. He had to smoke a cigarette to calm himself down. And I don't even think he was able to go back into the store because he was just so stressed by it. Because obviously they're on heightened alert. They don't like people behind them. There's a lot of PTSD involved. So I think everyone's advice as far as stay home, romantic, baby steps is excellent. Excellent advice. Stephanie S., go to a hotel in your city, close to the city, and then you guys have a little getaway. That's a great idea. Ro, where are your videos with your friends giving others advice? So we do have some here. I actually have a couple people that might collab with me, but also we have people like Admin Angela and Kat. They post on our Patreon page because YouTube's funky with their rules and all of that stuff. So it's a little bit easier for them to be more free with the things that they want to say over there. So that's patreon.com/SPWF. And that's where I'll be posting more kind of like behind the scenes stuff. I haven't done it in a little while because life, but that's where you'll see videos. I think Carly did a few videos there. Angela posts every couple weeks there. Kat's done a few. I know she's going to start doing them again. Lisanne, I think is on here. I don't know if she has any Patreon videos up there yet, but if there's anybody or anything specific that you want to see videos from, like people that don't have the experiences I do, just let me know and I'll see if I can get them to do a video. Okay. My husband has been in prison for 17 years under 924C. Sentenced to 275. We need to stick together and bring all of our hubbies home. Yes. And also, I don't know if you are subscribed to Mercy Me 924C's newsletter. It's run by a woman, my dear friend, Devon Moss. You probably want to contact her and get on there because I think she's a couple hundred 924C families. And when things happen, she keeps everybody informed. Wonderful, wonderful woman. I'm so sorry to bug you, Miss Rowe. My name is Tammy, and my daughter Kelsey got sentenced to 15 months in state jail. She served 11 months in county jail. They never sent her. So I don't know if you saw Melinda's comment before where she said that she just found out that some people just stay in county if they have a certain amount of time. Does that answer your question? Hello, Ro from Arizona. Hello. Free Adam. She's still in county jail and has been for 11 months in state jail. Date for a day, or is there a chance she could get out early? You know what, Jess or Lee, do you know that answer, or does anybody know that answer? Did you know that the US has more prisoners per population than any country in the free world? I think your penal system is utterly broken. Time for reform. Eliza could not have said it better myself. Amen. Alleluia. Absolutely. Wait, you live right now? Carla, I am live. You made it. Those are some really good ideas. Yeah, I think they gave some really great ideas. Girl, prayers and love. Yes. Amazing, amazing. I'm behind here. He's coming home. No. He's not coming home yet. This isn't for me. These are tips for somebody whose husband is coming home on Friday. So I polled our Strong Prison Wives and Families members on Facebook and Instagram, and these are their suggestions. Believe me, if Adam was coming home, you guys would be the first to know, and I would be a sobby, freaking out mess. Jess would be on a plane. I would be in my car speeding to go back. It would be a lot more dramatic than this, I promise. Thank you for liking, Lizzie. Simple, everything is overwhelming. I love that advice. Hi, Thomasetta. Hi, Stella. Hi, Estella. Finally caught you live. Yay, Valerie. So glad to listen to the update on Adam. Prayers he's home soon. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much, sweetie. Free Angel, thank you for the support. I'll take the prayers and good wishes, of course. My like button isn't showing up. That's so weird. Any man, okay, here we go. Road to Prison's answer is any man will love and enjoy a massage. Good one. A woman's touch is invaluable. He will be the most humble, simple man alive. Adam will not be materialistic at all. He'll need things to be in order, neat, and clean. Oh my God, I am sure he will, because the way he talks about cleaning his cell. Wow. But also, that brings up a really good point. So on Monday, we didn't have work because we had a snowstorm here. They closed the office. So I made a whole bunch of videos. And one of the videos I made, I talked about, is that posting this Friday? No, I think it's posting next Wednesday, maybe? I don't know. It's posting next week. And I talk about Adam's institutionalization and how one time I touched him, the way I touched him in Visit, like I poked him, and he was like out of his element. And I think that's when he realized, and when I realized how bad it truly is. Because if you think about it, who's tickling each other inside of prison? I mean, unless there are a couple in there, really, who's touching or tickling them? So it's a really interesting video. And it was really, really, really sad, because for so long, Adam denied being institutionalized, because it's kind of a tough pill to swallow, to realize that you're going to be so, I'm thinking of a word that's not appropriate to say, but you're going to be so far behind when you come home into a society that you have no idea exists. He left in 2000. So to have to actually admit that to yourself, it's so, so scary. And I think that was 10 years ago, you guys. And I think that was the first time that he was like, crap. So that video is very, very interesting. But I love that you said that, Lee, because it's so true. All the wham whams and zoom zooms that he could want would be a good thing to come home to. My husband does seem to want to hit a steakhouse ASAP, he said, LOL. I think it probably, Melinda, depends on their personality. What's interesting is, because Adam's been in so long, I'm like, what's the first meal you want when you come home? Like, we always talk about this stuff, even when we didn't have anything available to us for relief. I always try to keep that hope alive. And he'll always be like, I don't know, you decide. Doesn't matter to me, because he I think has lost that ability to make decisions. Even sometimes when I go up to the vending machine, I'm like, okay, what do you want? And he's like, I don't care, you decide. And I'm like, I'll force him to decide. I'm like, there's this, this, and this. I might not give him 45 options, but I'll certainly give him a few. And he'll be like, whatever you want. And I'm like, no, what do you want? What do you want? And it's uncomfortable for him, but I'm going to make him do it. And I made a video about this a while ago and I have so many new people here. I love that there's 104 people on, by the way. I would love for you guys to all give this video a thumbs up, and so YouTube will share it out with people. But anyway, the video was a tip from one of our members who used to send in catalogs or pictures. She would go to like Starbucks and she would take a picture of that board where they have all the options. She would go to a convenience store and she would take a picture of the shelf with all of the candy, or she would just Google it. And she would send that to him and she would say, okay, now you have to make a decision. And so she got him a little bit more used to making decisions. At first, it was uncomfortable and he didn't want to do this exercise. And she forced, because of course, once you lose the ability to make decisions, and that's all stripped away from you because they're telling you what you're allowed to eat, when you're allowed to eat it, what time to wake up, what time to go to bed, what time you're allowed to move from room to room, all of that stuff. So you lose it. It kind of becomes suppressed. And then it's uncomfortable to do it. And I thought that was so genius. And she finally got him to start doing it. And then he started looking forward to her sending that stuff. And it just makes it a little bit easier for them when they transition home. So that's a thought that you guys can do. Just print stuff out and mail it, even if they're in the feds and they can't get color pictures. It's maybe not as fun, but you can either print it on, like send it to Walgreens and get it printed, or you can use Pelipost, who, I forgot to say this the other night on our live video, but they just ran a contest where they, on Giving Tuesday, gave back to 3 nonprofits involved in the criminal justice system. And it was the Prisoners Family Conference, who we support and love so much, Strong Prison Wives and Families, and then another organization that I had never heard of, but we won. And that was amazing because the grant that we won from them, it was a small grant that we will use that to send some volunteers and Strong Prison Wives members to the Prisoner Family Conference in 2020. They're awesome. So they're one of those organizations where you can send the pictures from your phone and they'll print them and they'll send them out for you. So you can send them that way. That's how the feds can get color. It has to be on printer paper. It can't be on, no, I'm sorry. It has to be on photo paper. It can't be color on printer paper. It's not going to go in. Weird, crazy rule. At least in the facility where I go to, I heard everybody has different rules, but you can even print it in black and white. I think it's so helpful for them. Okay. To some people, release is overwhelming. If things seem stressed, please realize it takes time to adjust. Oh, Joe, I forgot you were on here. Joe did time too, so he has some great insight as well. Ravens want steak too. You could burn the dinner to a crisp. He'll love every bite. Lots of quiet time alone is all he'll want. Sensory overload will occur. Baby steps. I love that. My guy says he wants Golden Corral. I guess that might be kind of familiar to them though, right? Because it's like an assembly line's the wrong word, but like cafeteria type of thing. Maybe it wouldn't be as sensory overload because you don't have to pick off of a menu. I'm just throwing that out there. I have no idea, but so true. Home is where the heart is. Oh. Where are the videos with your friends giving others advice? I think her husband is in it as well. So I think you're talking about Kat's video where she interviewed her loved one, and that's on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/SPWF. I actually think one of those videos is here back in my videos on YouTube too. Something sweet, congratulations. Unfortunately, I'll be admitted to the hospital that day for another major surgery after almost dying in November. Oh, girl, you know already, we talk about this all the time, but my thoughts and my prayers are with you, and I hope everything's okay. Please, when you can, just keep us posted and let us know you're okay. Love you, Ro. Love you back, Willow. Your friend, I think, from Texas. My friend from Texas. I mean, I know who's in Texas. Nicole's in Texas, but she didn't do a video with her husband. Because he's got a very, very long sentence. He has over 30 years. So are you talking about her poetry, or are you talking about, I think you're talking about Kat. Love you, Ro. I love you too, Carla. Oh my gosh, that's such a coincidence. My house did 3 years, got released, and then he caught his federal case with the 924C, got the 275. Ugh, your hubby. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. I craved a BLT and a Coca-Cola when I got out after 4 measly years. 20 plus might be a little different meal choice. So did you get your BLT, and was it everything that you were wishing for? Because when I used to compete in fitness, I had to diet for like 9 months straight. And for some disgusting reason, I saw one day one of those Dunkin' Donuts, powdered sugar donuts with the white like buttercream on the inside. Here's a little known fact about me. I think donuts are disgusting. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts when I was in high school. The things that I saw happen to those donuts, we just won't speak about. But for some reason, I was craving this damn donut to the point where somebody brought one in my house while I was dieting for this fitness competition, and I threw it in the garbage. Then I took it out of the garbage and I gave it to my sister, and she's like, I don't want it. I go, I don't care, because she was leaving. I was like, I don't care if you throw it down the sewer, get it out of the house, because I'm afraid I'm going to pick it out of the garbage. Gross. I know. I don't even want to justify that one. But I craved that damn donut. And then finally, when I got it months later after my competition, I was like, ew, it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. So I'm curious if that happened for you. Hi from Oakland. Hi, Carla. You made another live. Hey, yay. I definitely will look into it. Thank you. Free Adam, free Angel. Oh, yes. I think we not only have more here than anywhere else, but more than any other countries combined. I've heard that fact too, Melinda. We're going to throw you an online bridal shower and a baby shower. I love it. You guys, I wrote this in my comments the other day, but somebody was talking about, like, I just want an invite to your wedding. And I'm like, listen, I was driving to work the other day. There was the day that video posted, right? And I was thinking, for some reason, a thought popped into my mind, like, if I ever have my wedding, or when I have my wedding, I will say. And I got anxiety, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to have a separate wedding just for my YouTube fam. Like, it's going to happen, you guys. Don't worry. Either we're going to live stream the whole entire thing. We're going to have a separate one in Dallas during the Prisoner Family Conference, and everybody's going to come. It's going to have to be open to the public. It's going to have to be on TV. I don't know, but you're all going to be there. No worries. Have you asked Adam what his ideal first day would look like? You know what would be really cool would be to make that one of our recorded videos. That would be really cool. And that would actually, I love that, Rebecca, because I'll tell him the topic beforehand, and then he will think about it and prepare, and then we'll do the call, right? So I think that'll allow him to give it some thought, because I don't think he has. He even told me, he's like, when I'm released, because he wants to release to Vegas, because the job that he's being offered is in Vegas. And then, I know this is crazy, I've done enough crying about this, I'm fine with it for now, it'll probably wind up being better for us, but he's going to release to Vegas, and I'm going to stay in New Jersey and tie up loose ends here. Like, I'm not just walking out of my job after 15 years and being like, bye, can't give you any notice. That's wrong. That, and then also I have to help my dad tie up loose ends with this house if it's not sold before Adam comes home. We talked about it. We're fine with it. We'll be okay. Might be better so we can both kind of slowly integrate into each other's lives. I kind of feel like a mom. Like, I don't want to miss, like, my baby's firsts, as cheesy as that sounds. Like, I don't want to miss his first this or his first that. But anyway, he told me, he's like, it's no big deal. I'm just going to get out and I'll fly to Vegas. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, how are you going to fly to Vegas? He's like, I think my prison ID will work. I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, I know things are different. Because I go, no. And he's like, well, I know things are different since 9/11. Like, I know it. But remember, he's been in prison since before 9/11. He's like, so, but it'll be fine. Like, I know these things. And I was like, listen to me. I fly once a year, and it's still kind of like an anxiety-ridden experience. And I fly frequently. And I've lived in this society for so long. I said, you're going to see people, let's make believe this phone. You're going to see people walk through the airport and go like this and walk through. And you're not going to know what the hell they're doing. Do you know what they're doing? He's like, what? And I'm like, that's their boarding pass. That's on their phone. You're not going to have one of those. And even if you did, you're not going to know what that's doing. Like, what that is. No. I've never once in my whole entire relationship given him an ultimatum. I'm just not that girl. Like, do what you want to do. That's the one time in my life that I'm like, not happening. Either I'm flying out there with you and you're flying home, which is also not going to happen, because you can't fly with a prison ID if you're not flying Con Air, my friend. If somebody can prove me wrong, go ahead. I will listen to you guys, but I don't think that that's true. So we're going to have to drive out to Vegas, and then I'm going to have to fly home. That's what's going to have to happen. But yeah, the things that he thinks, it's not his fault, but that's not happening. Yesterday was the 5-month anniversary of my miscarriage. Oh, girl. And I'm still processing. Holidays are making it difficult. Hopefully everyone is doing okay. Faith, oh my God, I'm like getting teary-eyed. I've been so emotional this week. I don't know why. I guess maybe the holidays and the weather changing and all that stuff. But first of all, let me answer, and then I'll tell you a funny story. But I'm so sorry. The holidays are difficult. Now, my friend Lisanne and I both lost close family members this year. Hers was her husband, which is way worse. Like, at least mine was kind of the natural progression. As awful as it is, I feel like hers is a little bit worse. So anyway, we were both talking, and there is no right or wrong way to celebrate the holiday if you're grieving and you're grieving. There's no you have to. There's no you don't have to. There's no you get to call the shots. Nobody gets to tell you what to do. If you want to put up a tree, cool. If you don't want to put up a tree, cool. What she's doing is, I think, the most adorable thing. They went out in the backyard and they chopped down a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, which, if she lets me, I will post a picture of it for you guys on Instagram, because how cute. That's what she wanted to do. So my thought to you is just do you. If you want to boycott the holidays, boycott the holidays. If you want to just maybe do something like an hour and then go home, do you. Don't let anybody force you. You get to call the shots this year. And my thoughts and my prayers are with you. Okay, this morning, Lisanne and Kat we were on video chat, right? And Lisanne was in the best mood, like silver lining everything. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so contagious. Now I'm in the best mood. So I get to work, and two of my coworkers are having like a little bit of an argument, right? And I'm like typing at my desk, and I overhear them, and I hear one of them say something that I was like, oh, hell no. And I turned around and I defended the other coworker. I was like, no, like, I see what he's saying, because that's happened to me too. Blah, 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 blah. And then the one walked away, and the one I was defending walked over, and he's like, thank you for doing that. But it kind of set me off. So it put me back in a bad mood, because I told you I've been emotional. So we go into this meeting, and you guys know my personality already. We go into this meeting, right? And we were talking about having to get a Google rep on the phone, and it's a pain in the butt, blah, blah, blah. And I said, my boss is sitting in front of me, because it was like the table was full, and I was sitting in the chair behind. There was a second row of just like extra chairs. So it was me and another guy sitting next to me in that second row. So my boss is directly in front of me. Her back's to me. And I go, yeah, how did I say it? I was like, hey, you'll get whatever you're told, or it's different with everybody that you get, or something like that. Like, kind of like a negative comment. And my boss like whips her head around, and she goes, that was the last comment that I would have expected from you. That's so not a row comment. And I just like, bleh. I'm like, you know that they're following templates, and anytime you call, they're reading off of a script, and you know that you know what you're talking about. So when you're talking and they just keep repeating the same script, I'm like, it is so frustrating. And then they're like, well, send me an email. I'll include my manager. And then they send you the same thing from a template in email. It is so frustrating. I go, if you ever hear me snap on somebody on the phone, it's a Google rep, I promise you. I love Google. I'm just saying, when you call their support sometimes. So yeah, I don't know. I've just been extra emotional today, and I was out of character for myself. Kisses from Mexico City. Kisses back. Realistically, when do you believe you guys will have an answer? Great question. The attorney told me out of his mouth, I cannot promise a date. Don't get attached to anything. This can take a little while. So I'm thinking, realistically, we might start hearing something like maybe first quarter next year, like maybe February, March-ish. And that's just hearing something, I think. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm hoping and praying it happens next year. I mean, it'll definitely happen. We'll definitely hear something by next year. I don't know if the government has to respond by a certain date with the compassionate release. I don't know how that works. Like, I know they went through the administrative process where they had to file, they had to wait 30 days, they had to file again, they had to wait 20 days, da 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 da. Now it's in the last steps. So I'm not exactly sure, but realistically, it's, in my opinion, it'll probably be mid next year, or like late first quarter to mid next year. Oh my gosh, you only now realize it's Independence Day here in my country. Happy Independence Day. Hey, Rowan, everybody. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Nola girl. Okay. My mom misunderstood the word food and thought the nurse said smet. And I'm sorry, I missed it. I don't understand that. How come there isn't a comment section during the live? So the comments that you're commenting, that's the comments section during the live. And then when the live is over, there'll be an actual comments section underneath. So when you see people's live videos, you might see that there's not a ton of comments or as many comments in that normal comments section under the video afterwards. It's because, or I think it's because these are the comments for right now. So I get to read them. It's like over in the side where you guys are typing them. I've seen documentaries on prisons in your part of the world much better. They focus on actual rehabilitation, not punishment. Absolutely. I wish that we could model ourselves after, is it Norway? I think it's Norway that has the amazing, they're like college dorms. And it's funny, my dad and I were just talking about this last night. He was talking about, my dad was born in Italy and he came over here when he was 9. And he said, you know, when he was young, there was just wine on the table. If the kids wanted wine, they could have a teeny, tiny little bit. Like, obviously, kids aren't allowed to get drunk, but it was never this taboo thing. So there really wasn't an issue with underage drinking or, you know, like any kind of drinking with minors like we do here, because it's so forbidden and so taboo that it becomes like glamorous because you're trying to live on the edge and it's forbidden. Just like my nephew. He eats a half a pound of Oreos when he's here. I just told my dad the other day, I'm like, stop buying Oreos for him because he's going to make himself sick because he's not allowed to have them at home. So it's kind of like, I think the same thing. Like, they repress them so much in our country and there's no rehabilitation. It's just more rules, taking more away from them, making it tougher, making it harder, that it makes more criminals, because what's going to happen? You're going to rebel. That's human nature. So if they make it more like Norway, where it's truly about rehabilitation, or these other countries where it's truly about rehabilitation, and they're actually helping them, and they're actually helping them educate themselves and do things and learning how to be productive members of their society versus worse criminals, of course recidivism isn't going to be like it is here. Prison should be about negative punishment and positive reinforcement, not the other way around. If you're a man in Norway, women's facilities, from what I've heard, are not the same. What? So are women's facilities more like American facilities, or are male facilities in Norway more like American facilities? That's so interesting. I'm so curious why, if they would be tougher on the women. Hey, love, I think about you daily and always sending positive vibes. Do you thank you so much, Heather? Does Adam have any more appeals? So go back, Crazy Cat Lady, and watch the video that I posted yesterday from Adam's mouth. It's everything that we've done. So the appeals that were given to him by the feds have been exhausted. They were exhausted in 2005. But we came back in and we filed what's called a 2255 motion, which is an appeal, but it's a different type of appeal. It's an appeal because something came through the Supreme Court that kind of negated the law that he was sentenced under. So now he's appealing, saying, look, like, you invalidated the statute that I was sentenced under. Like, you kind of have to resentence me. So that's the appeal that he has in right now. Female don't in Norway have the same opportunities. That's what I heard somewhere. That's crazy. No, I really hope he gets released. In my opinion, he served enough time. And what a screwed up system we have when predators get less time. Thank you, Outlaw. Yeah, I agree with you. Now we just need the right eyes to see that. But you know more than we do. Like that country? I don't want to go to prison. Prison is not for me. I want to live and enjoy the free world. Amen. You know what? There's a really good documentary called Surviving Prison. And it's all about how, even if you don't want to go to prison, a lot of times people go to prison for things that they shouldn't be going for. I just had a beautiful subscriber named Joker comment on my videos about how he was sentenced to, I think, like 75 years or something. And somebody with different fingerprints, like, he didn't fit the fingerprints, he didn't fit the DNA. It was all this stuff that was innocent. And then they were like, well, you're here for a reason, so you're guilty. And then he appealed it 3 times. And the governor of the state that he was in was like, how dare you harass us? We already said no once. You better be more respectful. Dude, I'm in jail for my life, my family's trying to stand by me and I didn't do it. What do you mean, how dare I harass you? Finally, the Innocence Project got involved and he was released after 17 years. When the guys whose DNA and fingerprints were arrested for a different crime and they started looking into them for this one, why does it have to go that far? It's terrible. So the point is, a lot of innocent people go to jail and a lot of our country is incarcerated. So you got to be careful. And I would watch, if anybody watching this, I would suggest watching that documentary. I could do a response video to it if you guys want, but woof. Have you tried Doritos or bacon wrapped Smokies? Road to prison. Yeah, let me know what you're dealing with. So no, I have not. I don't like Doritos and I don't eat bacon. I don't eat meat. So I'm a crazy health nut. What are your opinions on the integration of SNI and GP? I'm sorry, I don't even know what those are. I love that Road to Prison, knew that. I want to travel the world on Oasis of the Sea cruise ship. That's cool. I just watched a 24 Last Hours in Death Row documentary today. So sad and depressing. Oh my God, that sounds so sad and depressing. I'm good, Summer. I just watched the, I'm going to make a whole entire video about this, I promise. I watched the Ted Bundy, not the documentary. I watched a little bit of that back when my mom was alive and it was like scaring her and she didn't like it. So she made me shut it off. And I get it. But I watched the actual Netflix movie about it, watching it from the perspective of a prison wife and what that poor woman that was trying to stand by his side went through. Oh, he was heinous. He deserved what he got, but just watching her perspective and her denial and her trying to convince herself he didn't do it and her trying to hold on, like, it just genuinely broke my heart. So I think I'm going to make a video about that for you guys, about my perspective watching her as somebody who maybe isn't in her exact shoes, but I can kind of feel her pain. I can feel her pain in a different way. Did you meet Adam while he was incarcerated? No, we knew each other when we were younger, but we did lose touch and got back in touch while he was already incarcerated. Was that on Netflix or where? Actually, both of those things I was just talking about were on Netflix. The Susan Sarandon directed, the one called Surviving Prison, that was on Netflix. And then also the Ted Bundy one was also on Netflix. The documentary for Ted Bundy was on Netflix, and also the film was. You watched it on YouTube? You're so inspiring. I'm always amazed how you stay so positive and upbeat. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Craig. I try to inspire everybody. Hi, Mia. My mother-in-law was sent to prison for murder even after she was placed somewhere else, and death certificate stated suicide was the cause of death. We finally brought her home. Oh my God. I'm so happy you got her home. My dad has been in prison since I was 3. I'm 20 now. He's in federal prison because of 924C in the 3rd Circuit. Is there any info that you can tell me? That's funny. Adam's in the 3rd Circuit. Is he working with an attorney? And what's really cool about the 3rd Circuit is that they filed appeals for everybody. So he should have had a public defender reach out to him, ask him if he got a letter from his public defender. This would be like last July maybe, where they said that he should have been assigned a public defender and they should have told him they were filing on his behalf. And so call the public defender's office, look up on Pacer his docket, find out the docket number, call the 3rd Circuit, give them his docket number, and ask them where they're at in that process, because they should have filed a Davis appeal for him. Honestly, I'm so inspired by your strength, unconditional love, and determination. So much respect for you. Can't wait to meet you and Adam one day. Oh, Summer, thank you so much. I love you. I can't wait to meet you either. Do you know when he went to prison, or were you told he was there? So this is a crazy, crazy story. And I promise, when Adam's home, we're going to tell you the whole story together. But when I was graduated high school, I went far away to college. You guys remember my story that I did about knowing like the biggest dealer in North Carolina? I went away. If you don't, that's like some of my background story. I went away to school in North Carolina, and Adam was off in prison. I knew he was in prison the first time, but because he is a couple years older than me. He was a couple of grades ahead of me. So we lost touch. I went away to college. Like, I had boyfriends. I was living my life. I didn't really think much about him. My life was just doing something different. So when I came home, now this is going on 10 years later, my closest friend, her boyfriend, gets himself arrested, and he winds up on a federal case because it was internet, and he winds up going to USP Allenwood where Adam was. So they started talking, and he was like, oh my God, you know so-and-so? Like, my friend, her, yeah, that's my girlfriend. Oh my God, wait, do you know Ro? Yeah. So then he got us back in touch, and we'll tell you the whole, like I said, we'll tell you the whole, everything in details when he comes home. I can't even imagine. A lot of innocent people go to jail for decades. It's so crazy because you see it more and more and more now. Congratulations, Ro, for never giving up on Adam. Such an inspiration. Looking forward to the homecoming. Oh, thank you so much, Sierra. How do you feel about the justice system? I feel like it's very unjust, and I feel like it needs a overhaul from ground up. I also feel that we will probably never see that in our lifetimes, but I think that it's amazing because it's becoming mainstream, and now celebrities are starting to get involved. And if anyone can bring awareness, it's them with their celebrity status and their influence. So I think that we just need more and more and more people behind it, and we need to keep electing people who are wanting to implement criminal justice laws and policies, and then also once they're passed, like, actually implement them. Because I know that there's a huge debacle right now with the First Step Act and if it should be implemented. What do you mean if it should be implemented? It's a law. Like, I don't understand why it's not being implemented and why they're saying if. So we need a huge overhaul. Ro, watch the flick 68 Kill on Netflix. It's a friend's cousin who wrote and produced it. My friend's father was murdered at his trucking company by a driver. Okay, I'm going to watch that. Thanks, Lee. Oh my God, that's so funny. Ariana Freeman was also Adam's public defender. Every time I try to get in contact with her, she was tough to get a hold of. Yes, she was. So I'm trying to think of how I can help you, because a couple times I tried to call her as well, and I had the same problem. Let me think on it, and I'll let you know. I just don't know. The Third Circuit's tough to deal with. I think I made a video when I was talking about the last time I called there, and I asked for her, actually, and they were like, she's not in right now. And I was like, well, maybe you can help me. I just need to know why his docket hasn't been updated, blah, blah, blah. And so they were like, we can't help you with that. We can't give you that information, da, 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 da. And I was like, she didn't understand what I was asking. And I said, listen, I was like, I'm sorry. You're going to have to work with me. I was like, I don't have a background in law. I said, I'm doing the best I can. Please just give me a chance. Please just let me explain it to you again. Meanwhile, I wanted to curse and yell into the phone, but I knew that you catch more flies with honey. So the point is, in certain districts and circuits, they're a little nasty with you. In most governmental agencies, to be honest, try to be nice to them and just ask, like, well, I've had a hard time getting in touch with Ariana. Can you do me a favor? And like, can you tell me what my next step should be? Blah, 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 blah. My story, my dad was incarcerated for 3 years and got released, and then he caught his federal case just like Adam. Ugh. Hey, beautiful, this is my first live with you. Hey, Heather. Have you or Adam struggled with mental illness at all? Thankfully, no. I mean, I've never been diagnosed. I think I know for a fact I have really bad anxiety. I probably would be diagnosed with anxiety. I just haven't been because I don't take any medication. So, but any other mental illness, neither of us know. There's a true problem with excessive sentencing schemes. Schemes? Did I say that right? Across the states. Yes. Oh, God. Okay, Lee, I'm going to look that up. Favorite quote that gets you through the bad days. Great one. Okay, so simple. Love conquers all. Love conquers all. Because I can be having a major meltdown. I could say, I don't want to do this anymore. I could say so many things, but I will get through it because love conquers all. Did Adam inspire you to live a super healthy lifestyle? Great question, Rachel. I love these questions that are coming in now. Yes and no. So I was competing in fitness during that stretch before I got back in touch with him. So it was something that we bonded over and something that we had in common. But when I was competing in fitness, I looked the epitome of health. I mean, I was ripped. I was definitely I looked healthy. I was the furthest thing from healthy. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I was eating crap. Like I was eating chemically laden food that was low calorie, that kind of stuff. I was overworking my body. I wouldn't drink water for 3 days at a time when I was training to drop my water for a show. Not healthy stuff. So he did inspire me. Like I was even smoking cigarettes still for the first 9 months that we got back in touch, and I would hide it from him. And me and my friend, who her boyfriend was there too, we would drive up to the prison. He was in a U.S. penitentiary. So they had fences, but then around the fences was actually a wall that was high, so they couldn't see out to the parking lot. Now at the medium facility, it's just fence, so they can see onto, like from the yard, they can see onto the parking lot. From their housing units, they can see out into the parking lot. But at these higher securities, they can't. That's why they say behind the wall is a slang for being in prison. So I would go into the parking lot and I would smoke in the parking lot because I knew he couldn't see me. And then dumb, like he couldn't smell me. Like, what was I thinking? You know, we would just like chew some gum, spit it out when we had to go through, and then walk through. He never gave me a hard time about it, but still. So over time, and I was also like right before we got back in touch, I was out in the clubs all the time. I was partying. This is so funny because I just talked about this in a video that I just made about 5 ways that I changed for the better since being in a prison relationship, and 5 ways that I changed for the not so better since being in a prison relationship. So that's coming in the next week or two too. But in there, I said that, you know, he influenced me to leave all of that. That's like immature way to live. That's a young, childish mentality. I don't need to be dancing on bars every night of the week, staying out till all hours of the night, trying to hold down a full-time job. Like at my age, that was just inappropriate for me. That's my beliefs. So our relationship kind of did inspire me to become healthier that way. And he is a good influence on me. And also when my mom got diagnosed with cancer the second time, like she was in remission for a long time, but when it came back with a vengeance the second time, that inspired me to get extra healthy and not let those things slip through the cracks that I was letting slip through the cracks. Like I have long quit smoking before that, but so I think we influence each other. We have that to bond over. I don't know if I'd be able to be in a relationship with somebody who wasn't into health and fitness, because it's so like two totally opposite ends of the spectrum for me, like because I choose to live a very, very, very extreme healthy life. And I think I would be annoying to somebody, and I think it would be annoying to me to have somebody who's not, if that makes sense. Am I in and out? Is that what you're saying? Does Adam send you things, or does he give or trade things away like books? Okay, good question. You guys are asking the best questions. So Adam sent me recently all of his books. I have them in my trunk because 2 huge boxes of books in my small little crossover SUV. I hate the word crossover, but it is. And it's taking up almost my whole trunk. I have them in there because I had them to take with me to visit so I could film a video and show you guys the books that he sent home. But I couldn't because when I got there, I was on like the 3rd floor, and that's when my hip injury was really bad. We're getting better, thank God. But I didn't want to carry, one of them was over 50 pounds. I know because it was written on the box. for all the postage. I didn't want to carry that up 2 flights of stairs. So that video's coming, but he sent that all home to me because they don't allow them to have a lot of property in their cells anymore. And then since they started making all these new crazy rules, they actually will be charged now and catch, like, it's called getting a shot, where they get written up for things, and they were writing them up for having too much property. So he did send me home some stuff. Are you waiting for the First Step Act to be implemented? Well, yes, for the people who deserve it, right? So, I mean, everybody deserves it, but the First Step Act will not affect me or Adam, but I'm still waiting for it to be implemented for everybody that it will affect. That is so unfair that they passed this law, and now people are just numbers. They're just nobodies, just rotting away in prison, and nobody cares because it's not them or their family, you know? So yes, I'm waiting for it to be implemented, but if you're asking if I'm waiting for it to be implemented to help Adam, it won't. 924C was in there, but not made retroactive. So I'm so grateful that they added it in there, and people won't be charged the way that he was. They can't stack it anymore. And I'm grateful for that, but it won't. They didn't make it retro. Inmates do have limited space. So he has a tiny little wall locker. He had so much stuff at one point that he was actually sleeping on his books, which I can imagine how comfortable that is, on top of your metal, like thin metal bed with maybe a crib type of mattress on there, if you're lucky enough. So yeah, you just start looking for places to put things, but now they can't do that anymore. Ignore if it's too personal, but how do you and Adam keep the romance alive being apart? I think that we just, see, this is a better question for somebody else, because we don't do like the phone romance, like the phone dates. I can't say that other word, I don't think, but never have, never will. People think I'm crazy. People think I'm lying. We just don't. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward and uncomfortable for me with Catholic school scars, but it's also, he's in a phone booth with like 4 other guys. It's just not comfortable for us. Never have done it. So I don't know. I think it's just our visits. I think that I just look so forward to when he calls, and when I see him, that in itself is romantic. But I did have a video coming from one of the girls who volunteers for me, who is so good at finding like unique, fun ways to keep the romance alive in her relationship. And I asked her to make a video for you guys to help with that. So I'm not a good judge of that. I'm just not, I'm so bad with that stuff. Period, girl. Love conquers all. Yes. You are stronger than you think you are. Yes. What is your guilty pleasure? Oh, food-wise, right now it's non-dairy ice cream. I love any Italian food. This is not really, I don't know if you guys are going to think it's a guilty pleasure, but it is for me. I love dried mango. I could eat a whole bag of that. Trail mix used to be my worst. Sweets. I like sweets. That's my guilty pleasure. But number one is right now probably Ben and Jerry's dairy-free, the chocolate, what is it? Like chocolate brownie fudge or something like that. Oh, so good. First time that I'm able to catch a live. You're such an inspiration. Thanks, Lizette. My quote is, it is what it is. Oh my God, don't all prison families say that so much? I swear. Everybody who's involved in prison says, it is what it is. I say it all the time. Super duper important, serious question. Are you a cat or a dog person? I'm allergic to cats, and I'm afraid of cats. I think that they're so sneaky, and they're going to like just get me at any time. So I'm totally a dog person. Sorry, but I'm saying goodnight. Talk soon, girl. Good luck with your surgery tomorrow. Love you. You never caught a live? Yay, Leah. I'm glad you're here. Do you think there is anything a wife can do or say to her imprisoned man that will help him to seek God, change his ways, stay out of trouble while inside? I think he needs to want that himself. I think you just need to remain a positive force in his life and say it sometimes. I wouldn't overly say it, because like for me, I have a lot of scars revolving around religion, deep, deep, deep scars. So if somebody pushes that, it turns me off so bad. Like I will not want to talk to you ever again. It turns me off so bad, and I'll start getting really spiteful and like it. Ugh. So, and we'll talk about that in another video when I do my video with Mary. But So the point is, I wouldn't push it because I think that starts getting naggy, especially as a significant other, and you never want to come across as his mother. So just like throw little things in there and just stay positive for him. And if he wants to find God or spirituality or religion, he has to find that himself. You can't force an adult to do that. You can't force anybody to do that, but you can't mother your husband, if you know what I mean. Like, let him find it himself. And if he doesn't, I think that's a question you have to ask yourself. Am I okay with being in a relationship with somebody who does not find their religion, who isn't the same religion as me, who doesn't have the same beliefs as me? What are your values? And how can you make that relationship work? Or is this the relationship for me if he doesn't? So you just have to do some soul searching around that, but you can't force him. Oh, she's allergic. You knew it. Walk tall. You can do is be brave. You've loved, you've fought, you've lost, walk tall. I love that. Free Adam, free angel. Hi, Ro. Hi, Dawn. Okay, I'm going to answer just like one more because if my phone dies, it's never going to end this live video, and then that's going to suck. Beyond the Bars. I love that name. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Any new information on his case? If you're asking me, it's posted in a video yesterday. It's the last one before this one. Go back and watch it. It's all new information about his case. How do male inmates feel about guys who are sentenced for sexual misconduct of a minor type of crime if the victims are teenagers and the accused isn't super old? Personally, I think that things are changing in there because unfortunately, there are so many setups around those types of crimes that they're not just going to, in my opinion, run somebody off of a yard because of something like that, because that happens all the time. It is so convoluted now. There are so many people in there with that label. I'm watching my words because of YouTube, but there's so many people in there with that label who are innocent or don't deserve it. So many of my closest, very close SPWF, Strong Prison Lives and Families friends are in situations like that. Now, there are the handful of heinous ones that do deserve to be there. And to me, it's diluting the fact that those people are very ill and need to be there because they're just so many. So in my opinion, and what I've been told and what I've seen, it's not like it used to be. West Coast is going to be very different, very, very different. But it's really not like it used to be, where I think those inmates live in fear constantly. And it's so sad because of that stigma that's associated with that. But I think if it's something like that, I don't think that they're going to get run off because that's more common than it's not now, sadly. Did the books add some weight for Snow Joe? I thought the same thing the other day. I was like, I'm going to take them out. I probably shouldn't. How do you guys work on growing your connection? Sometimes I feel like my boyfriend is so far away. Leah, great question. So there are some journals. If you go to my community tab, I posted a video recently that was my suggestions for gifts to send them for the holidays. In there, I linked 3 journals, and they're like fire starter questions. And I think that helps a lot because it's kind of, it's automatic conversation starters for you, and it helps you go deep. And they were all written specifically for prison couples. So try those. I think it'll really help. You could do it where you just buy it yourself and you send him the questions, or you could buy one for him in there, one for you out here. And that'll be super great. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to all your questions, but my phone's going to die. And if it dies before I end this video, it'll just be on an eternal loop. So I will answer. We're going to do these hopefully every Tuesday and Thursday and maybe Saturday throughout December. So you guys, for Vlogmas. So you guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had so much fun answering your questions. We'll do it again soon. Lots of love from my heart and, of course, Adam's heart to all of yours. I'll see you beautiful ladies and gentlemen in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, by the way, really quick, tomorrow's video, my lip gloss went nuts again. So I need recommendations of new lip gloss because it's disgusting. I'm sorry. Don't watch it. Listen to it. It's good content, but ugh, sorry. Oh, it won't stop.